Well, I've been coming to the summits since they started 15 years ago, and one of the real blessings for us as exhibitors is the opportunity to actually interact with the attendees of the conference at a much more personal level. The summit is one of the few conferences that really designs the exhibit hall to not only support the attendees but also support the exhibitors. A lot of conferences you go to, sometimes it feels like you hand the check over to the conference and then that you kind of never see anybody again, and you kind of wait until people become by your booth. But at the summit, it's not like that. We create activities for attendees to participate in, giveaways and things. They actually come to the booth, they spend time learning about your program. It makes it fun for them. It's very interactive, very experiential, which is right up our alley.
Cool. Yeah.
You know, it's really interesting how the summit started 15 years ago. Keith Arnold, Paul Ortman, and myself were all kind of discussing the challenges that we were facing with, you know, kind of an economic downturn in the field and how expensive it was to exhibit at conferences and feel like you're really getting a bang for your buck. It was really a blessing to be able to kind of talk about with someone like Paul who really was open to our ideas and wanted to hear what was missing for exhibitors. And the fact that he was really willing to kind of embrace some new concepts as far as how people could interact with attendees while they were at a conference. So we came up with some great concepts that have been carried forth all these 15 years. So it brings the attendees to an opportunity to see some class act speakers. I mean, one of the comments I frequently hear from attendees is they get to walk home with skill sets that they can turn over and utilize in their practice the next day, which is something that you don't often see. It's not just about theory. The other thing is they learn about facilities from all over the country. It creates a really collegial environment for each of us, diminishes that competitiveness. Everybody recognizes that there's plenty of illness out there for everybody, if you will, and we're all here to help people, and that's really the most important thing. 15 years ago, Keith Arnold and I had the opportunity to be invited by Paul to sit down to lunch and talk about how we could create an educational experience for professionals around the country from a national perspective that would bring world-class speakers and also really invite other treatment centers to come together in a very collegial format to share in the experience. The idea was that we didn't want to just see folks that bought lists and brought people from, you know, everywhere. We wanted to get really key professionals, private practitioners who really understood the needs of the clients that we were seeing in our treatment centers and bring us both all together. The summit was born out of those discussions, and it gave us the opportunity to kind of create an experience that was equally as compelling and fun for attendees as it was for the exhibitors as well. It created a collegial environment that we all experienced and really allowed the attendees to interface and interact with us from a really experiential perspective. They actually engage us and learn about our facilities as part of games and activities that we provide at the summit, and we have a good time. So we use some different neural pathways, and we happy dance.